What is econometrics? Hello everyone, econometrics is the use of statistical methods to analyze economic data and test economic theories. Econometrics is a field of study that combines economics, mathematics, and statistics to analyze real-world economic data. Why do we learn econometrics? Today I want to talk about a subject that many students find difficult at first, but incredibly powerful once understood, econometrics. So the big question is, why do we learn econometrics? Let me start with a simple idea. Economics gives us theories. For example, it tells us that when prices go up, demand goes down. It tells us education increases income. It tells us inflation affects unemployment. But here's the problem. How do we know if these ideas are actually true in the real world? That's where econometrics comes in. 1. Econometrics connects theory with reality. Econometrics is a part of economics that uses mathematics and statistics to test economic theories using real data. Instead of just saying, education increases income, econometrics allows us to measure, by how much does income increase? Is the relationship strong or weak? Is it actually education causing income to rise, or something else? So, econometrics helps us move from opinions to evidence-based conclusions. 2. It helps us make better decisions. Governments, businesses, and organizations rely on econometrics to make important decisions. For example, a government wants to reduce unemployment. A company wants to set the best price for its product. A bank wants to predict inflation. They don't guess. They use econometric models. Econometrics allows us to forecast future trends, evaluate policies, reduce uncertainty. In short, it helps us make smarter, data-driven decisions. 3. It teaches critical thinking. Another important reason we learn econometrics is that it trains our minds. It teaches us to ask questions like, is this relationship causal or just correlation? Is the data reliable? Are there hidden factors affecting the results? For example, if we see that ice cream sales and crime both increase in summer, econometrics helps us understand that correlation does not imply causation, a key idea in statistics. This skill is not only useful in economics, but in everyday life when evaluating information. 4. It opens career opportunities. Econometrics is a highly valuable skill in the job market. People who understand econometrics can work in government institutions, banks and financial organizations, international organizations, research institutions, private companies. In today's world, data is everywhere. Econometrics gives you the ability to analyze and interpret that data, which is a powerful advantage. 5. It helps us understand the real world better. Econometrics allows us to answer real-world questions like, does education reduce poverty? What causes economic growth? How does taxation affect businesses? What factors influence inflation? Without econometrics, we would rely on assumptions. With it, we rely on data and evidence. 6. It helps avoid misleading conclusions. Sometimes data can be confusing or misleading. Econometrics helps us avoid mistakes such as false relationships, biased results, incorrect predictions. It gives us tools to test whether our results are valid and reliable. Conclusion. So, why do we learn econometrics? We learn econometrics because it connects theory to real-world data, helps us make informed decisions, develops critical thinking, opens career opportunities, helps us understand complex economic issues, prevents us from making wrong conclusions. In simple terms, econometrics turns economics into a practical, testable, and useful science. Thank you for listening. Bye by waving hand.